So, hi, just want to talk today about this year and how most of it went pretty swiftly and pretty fast. So, yeah, 2025 was the fastest year yet, and I know there's these theories about you'll learn less, you'll feel time going faster, and the last year that you're living is taking a smaller fraction of your life, but yeah, I don't know, it just feels so fast, especially um, school in 2025, like January, February, March till June. It was so fast, it was like a blink of an eye. But summer was a little slower, but it was still fast. But I did enjoy summer. It was a good summer, even though it wasn't that eventful. But I think it was a build up to this year and so on in my life. This was a build up summer. But yeah, September, on the other hand, was so damn slow. It was, I feel like it was an eternity ago when it started. It's so slow. And I think our people in my class, I agree on that. I asked them, so yeah. So I want to talk about how our generation, this generation, is more nostalgic, as people call it. So I, I'm really, I'm really noticing people talking about how they'll grow up and they'll remember these days and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm one of these people, but I do not like to call it nostalgia. I think this is pretty much existentialism. And yeah, I'm an existentialist person. I'm really existentialist. And ever since like I was a kid, I was like 8 years old, and my mother was helping me study. And then I cried randomly, and she asked me why. And I told her that I didn't want to die when I was 100 years old. And yeah, that was so random. But now I'm seeing my little sister, and she's facing the same thing. So when I look at her, I see a reflection of myself. Like, yeah, but my little brother doesn't feel the same. I do not think he thinks much, but yeah. So, but later on, these thoughts went away until like puberty. So it isn't that much time. It's like 2 years. I hit puberty early, so yeah. Uh, when I started to get nostalgic again, and this all led up to last year when it really culminated, and I was at the peak of existentialism, especially after New Year. Um, I was in it, so yeah. First of all, existentialism at its peak, and I had an identity crisis, and I had food poisoning. So I was bedridden, and I couldn't do anything. And then on the 8th of January, Perverts dropped. And this project, that's like, it's my favorite piece of music in the word perverts. If I start to talk about it, I will never shut up. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that for the moment. And I can't add something about it. But yeah. Um Where was I at? Oh yeah, I was existentialist at the time, but then this was the peak. Slowly, I figured myself out, and I accepted the fact that I'll die someday, and or my family will die, and I'm pretty comfortable with the idea now. And but I think that most people didn't reach that yet, and I think we'll see a collective existentialism crisis later on. Yeah, and just wanted to add, I think that it really like went away that these existentialist thoughts because, as I said, summer was pretty uneventful, and I spent a, I spent a lot of my time on offline games, especially. I don't know how it's called in English, but like solitaire or in Spanish solitario. Um, like if you know any of these languages, but yeah, uh, it's like this game you play it alone, and you need to have a red card on a black card, and they should be in order from king to one, and there's no joker. Yeah, and yeah, when I was existentialist, I didn't want to lose a single second. I thought each second was so precious, and I should never waste them, and I should study or go out with my friends or do some extra scholar. Uh, I think it's called curricular activities, activities outside of school. And even during recesses, I was doing things in between each class because my school has recesses in between each class. I was doing things, I was getting things done. So I'm pretty tired of that. And as I said before, I was so burnt out this summer. Yeah, I had a good rest. I played my offline games. I didn't feel any guilt. And yeah, I think I'll get back to work now. I went back to school. I have things to do now. It was pause because I was doing math and I was doing each exercise. I hate doing exercises unwritten. I like to do them orally, but my teacher would not shut up. You need to do them on paper. You need to do them on paper. He didn't shut up. So I did them on paper. but I always used to do them early and I always got good grades. So I don't know about that. It took me some time, and yeah, I'm recording that in my pause. Pretty reminiscent of last year, but no, that is like generally a pause. I do not feel like this is work, and yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for listening. And that thought you heard earlier was just my phone hitting the wall. Yeah. I'm holding the mic and my phone is just going everywhere with my hand. But yeah, thank you for listening. Goodbye.